Good lord, that ass. Oh my god. Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another Honkai Star Rail video. Pardon my voice, I'm a bit sick. But the Kakfa is finally here and is already at the very top of the charts for the damage, DPS, as well as the tier list. So let's go over why she is so damn good. Alright, and I can't believe the Pride 1 crew has done it again. The information got released so fast that I was still asleep when this was up. So this is Kakfa's damage number. So this is in theory craft situation and against 3 targets. Of course, they put a disclaimer right here. You can see that the calculation is at 100 speed, right? So if you do Kakfa and you build a speed attack, which we know is the best way to build her because of course her dot won't crit, she's going to be accelerated and even more damage going to come out. Of course, single target wise, Seele is still king, but Kakfa, you can see, is not that behind. And if you look at multi-target, Kakfa is really right at the top in terms of damage. Holy moly, I'm so shocked shocked by her performance so far, just from the initial reveal. Now she's sitting at S+ tier as well in terms of the 3+ targets, and S for general and S for single target, joining Seele. Of course, Seele is probably the only character that is S+ across everything else, right, for the damage. And of course, Blade is also a very significant AOE damage dealer with really good self-sustain. So is Kakfa going to be worth it? If you look at the Shuju poll guide on Pride 1, of course, they have this information in conjunction with Grimro's video. Do check it out if you have a chance. Kakfa actually is going to be a very good unit, as you can see. And if you run some of the free-to-play icons, the free-to-play, where is it? There's a damage dot, here we go. There's Eyes of the Prey. That is going to be a very good free-to-play option for Kakfa. Increases the effective rate as well as the damage over time. This, if you are running a free-to-play Kakfa, Patience only is fantastic, but if you don't get the 5-star, this is really good. Really good icon for her. Now, she is going to be a dot focus unit, as we know already. If you haven't read her yet, you of course can check it out. She essentially applies dot herself and then explodes the dot. This is going to be crucial for the damage over time team, because you will be able to explode the dots and you can do damage when it's not your turn, because traditionally dot damage dealers, they apply the dot, and then when the enemies take their turn, then the dot does damage. But Kakfa will be able to explode the dot damage, so it's not a long drawn out process. And of course, her skill kit, we went over it already in the previous one. It synergizes with herself and the dot team really well. Now, looking at Patience is all you need. Look at this damage, is really high at E0 in comparison to E6, and you can see at E6 she just absolutely explodes. 187%, almost twice as much damage in single target and more than twice damage, just slightly more in 3 targets. But I know a lot of you guys are not going to be, of course, going into E6. So what are her synergies at the moment? So currently, of course, remember, everyone's still cooking, okay? And like I said, I'll bring you the CM Bros breakdown, because they're gonna see if you can run her as a solo damage over time dealer, right? Because we think about dot synergy, we think about, you know, let's get 2 dot dealers and then let's get a support and let's get a sustain, which is why the current team breakdown is Kakfa plus 1 dot, either sample or the new Luca, and then a Silver Wolf, and then Locha. Luca's probably not a option at the current moment for a lot of people, because he will be new and you have to build him from the beginning. So if you're looking into Kakfa play right now, if you have sample built, of course, you can start playing her. But this is the current best team recommended. You can also run 2 double dots or with Bronya. But let's take a look at what I personally think. So the CM Bros have been cooking, and I'm still waiting for some confirmation. But I think you can actually run her as a solo damage over time dealer, which is absolutely insane. She's going to be a solo hyper carry, opening the floor to a lot more options. But currently, the great synergy, Silver Wolf, of course, is by far the best partner. Not only is she also a Stellaron hunter, so for lore purposes, but breaking enemies for lightning, you basically apply a new weakness break and also apply resist down. Is going to be really good if you can apply the lightning, right? Because you can think of it as basically more debuff, defense down, and everything for Kakfa. So great defensive utility in the bug, slowing down the enemy with speed down and attack down. So it's overall very good pickup. Of course, 5-star, not everyone will have Silver Wolf. And then Luca's Bleed, which is a new one. It's a max enemy HP based, so this might be a new contender for the dot slot, because right now we have sample as the option. Sample is going to be super fantastic, and all of you sample lovers, rise up, because it is completely time for him to take over with Kakfa. So this is Wind Shear, and being SP neutral, in comparison, if you slot in a Pela, for example, or Tingyun, is going to be really good, because Kakfa will be very skill hungry. You ideally want to use her skill point every single turn, but again, we will have a dedicated video on that. Pela, of course, a fast Pela is a very skill positive support unit, along with Tingyun as well. So you can see lots of choices. Even Asta you can throw in. The speed buff is going to be really good. And yeah, she is another SP positive unit. Now looking at the relic set, okay, I think it's pretty straightforward. Lightning damage by 10%, and the when the wearer use skills increase the wearer's attack. So all of these are going to synergize really well. Lightning damage, good boost, and attack buff, really good for Kakfa's dot. So all of these are really synergistic with Kakfa. The other ones, I mean, technically you can run if you've been farming for Seele. Ignoring 10% defense is okay. Alright, it's okay. So you can run that, and applying Silver Wolf, the quantum weakness, then all of a sudden you have 10% ignore resist, 10% defense down, and then another 10% or 20% plus increasing content damage, which is the negligible part because Kakfa is lightning. Now planetary set, of course, space ceiling station, because it increases attack, and you'll be running speed on Kakfa, so that's another 12 to 24% attack boost. And of course you want speed as priority, and the attack percentage and break. And so they talk about the break points. So if you don't know about the break points, 134 is what most people should be aiming for, and after that is like 160 something. No, 143, 151, 161. So this is basically bonus actions for each wave, right? So 134 is key. Everyone should be getting that, and then 143 and 151 if you can. Now, trace priorities: ultimate skill over basic talent. But Kakfa is a unit you definitely want to max all of your traces, because all of her kit and the dot scales with all of the skill upgrades. So it's very important. And then good night and sleep well. So this is actually, oh, I did get confused. Clarification, I'll put it in the comment as well. The light cones, actually the best one free to play is this one. I did get the name mixed up. No wonder the effect in the earlier one looked a bit different. For the free one, it's good night and sleep well. For every debuff target enemy has, damage dealt increases by 24%. So this is a DI increase, damage increase is also massive, and this is a 72% damage increase, and you can get, of course, 72% for 3 debuff, and Silver Wolf can do that very easily. All right, and it's even more damage than patience is all you need. So let me know your thoughts. This is a really cool release document that Pridewind made. So take a look, and yeah, it's TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye now.